good. Went home, saw my wife and kids. Got to take care of some sick babies, so it was great.
Was it necessary for you also to just kind of maybe even get your feet more acclimated here in the season?
I mean, I went back home to Newport, so it's good. I'm coming back. I'm settling in. Got a little apartment, so I feel a little more at home.
How do you just kind of look at the task ahead for you guys with the remaining schedule and where you kind of are overall?
Make a run, and make a push. We understand who we have to play and what we have to do. The new group, we're glad that we have this time of the break to try to take advantage of that too. But the league doesn't care about new pieces and new faces, so we have to do our job.
How much did you guys need the time on the practice court together just to work some things out?
It's good, because we were pretty much playing on the run those first 3-4 games. So it's good to put in some sets. For me, get to know people's names. It's really good.
How much can you accomplish in just like 1 or 2 practices, though, in that regard?
As much as is necessary. It's not like you're going to get a training camp or a full season of chemistry, but you can get the basic things in, ask questions, and start to get a feel for what guys like.
Do you mind you played against Markel Fultz? What do you know about his game?
I've known Markel since he was younger. He went to UW. From Seattle, so I've seen him before. I've worked out with him in the offseason. Great guy, great teammate. He took the flight, actually. His first game was at New Orleans, the last New Orleans game we played, and he was probably the most talking guy on the bench, telling guys what to do with, defensive coverages and pointing things out. So he's very vocal, and I think we need somebody like that. He's always been one of my favorite guys in the NBA.
Zach, if you don't mind me asking, what were you and DC talking about over there for a bit?
I don't feel like people give him enough credit for how good of a defender he was. I grew up watching, obviously, Kobe, MJ, and T-Mac, and he got to guard all those guys, Michael and all that. So I just asked him a couple of tips. Obviously, I know what I'm doing offensively, but defensively, I'm like, hey, if you were guarding me, what would you do? So we were just talking about it, shooting stuff.
He has a tough job managing playing time for so many different guys. There's so much talent on this roster. What's your approach to, there can only be 5 guys on the court at a time, especially in crunch game, late game situations, just, I guess, taking what he asks or what position he wants you to play, or even taking time on the bench? Like, how do you approach what is needed to be done in those moments?
I mean, yeah, that's his job. Obviously, I'm accustomed to playing late game and in the crunch time. That's what I do. But to win games, you got to do whatever's done. I think that's his decision to make, and we all support that as long as we're getting wins.
What did you guys kind of identify as maybe the main focal point of these practices before these kind of resume?
I think just get a set foundation of what we're looking to do. Obviously, like identity-wise, especially with a couple of new faces. And then just going over some things. Obviously, for us new guys, me, JV, Jay, Markel, and a couple other guys, like some stuff that we just don't know. Certain concepts on offense, concepts on defense, things if they like to ice the ball or rotations, things like that. So just little basic things that'll help things.
Before the break, there's like stretches where you talk about maybe I need to be a little bit more of a playmaker. How much do you anticipate needing to help distribute and set up guys on this team?
Yeah, I mean there's times where I'll have to run the point, and I've done it before. Obviously, I'm more accustomed to playing off the ball, but I've played point in the past. And I think those last couple games in New Orleans, I was able to play make a little bit more and figure out how to play off of Domas. He's such a good screener and roller, and we have some really good shooters with Keon and Keegan. Where before I'm used to having to take those shots. So mixing in my offense with my playmaking is something I'm going to have to get used to.
How helpful of a resource is DeMar for you as you try to get acclimated here, and just what is he message to you about this team?
There's a lot of places you can get traded to. Obviously it's a business. You don't know where you're going, but for me to go somewhere where one of my good friends I played with for the last 3 years, I damn near know everything about him. It was pretty easy transition for me, so it was good.
A couple more guys.
Strongly considering the contest again?
I don't know. I wanted to see the fans' reaction. I had a nice little response on X. So you never know, man. But if I did it, when I won the dunk contest those years ago, I was 20. I'm about to be 30, so it's crazy to think that I don't know if I'll be able to recover the same way. I wasn't playing 36 minutes a game either, so we'll see. I just wanted to see the response.
Because of that response, though, I mean, can that have an impact on your decision making?
Yeah, for sure. You All-Star games and All-Star weekend is fun. I've been a part of them, since I started in my NBA career. So, and now with kids, I think that's the fun part about it. You never know what can happen, especially if you're trying to do something for them.
Hey, Zach,
changes
you guys
that,
have
that you would
last one,
want to
guys.
see in terms of the All-Star weekend and the events there that make things better?
I mean, look, I think guys are looking for a break during All-Star weekend. There's a lot of accommodations and things that you have to do also when you're an All-Star and you're a part of the weekend. I think guys need their rest. So I think if they minimize those things and then made it more about just competing in the game, I think guys are taking it serious.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.